Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us at Transwest Truck Trailer RV of Frederick, Colorado, about 30 minutes north of Denver, right here on I-25. My name is Michaela. This morning, we're going to run through a brand new 2025 Logan Coach Bullseye 4-horse slant load gooseneck with a dual tack. One of my favorite tack setups, just so versatile, very user-friendly, lots of good options with this tack setup. Before we get to this trailer, we're going to go and run through the drawing together, take a look at these measurements. We are standard dimensions on this trailer. So we are 6'9" wide, 7 feet tall. Our dual tack has a 5-foot short wall. And then our floor length on this one is going to be 21 feet 3 inches, giving us an overall length from nose to tail of 29 feet and about 5 inches. So lots going on in this trailer. Still really great floor length to get around some of those vet clinics, training barns, trailheads if you're going trail riding, some of the tighter fairgrounds or event centers. Well, let's go ahead and get to this dual tack right here. Dual tack meaning you are going to have 2 tack doors. So your front tack is going to open up from each side of your trailer. I love these setups because, again, how versatile they are. That you can, again, when you get to those vet clinics, fairgrounds, event centers, you don't know where you're gonna have to park. Trailheads, if you have to park up against some boulders, if you're parking up next to some other people that have their horses tied on this side, you need to tie on the other side. Now you can do that. You can still walk through your tack and you're still gonna have swing outs at both doors. So you have a swing out on each side. Each one is gonna have 2 saddle racks for your total of 4. You can always order more of these from Logan and add some more on there if this just isn't quite enough. But what I really like about these is that these are adjustable without any tools required. So on the back, you have this dial that spins, and you're just gonna loosen it up. Don't all the way take it out, just loosen it up a little bit here. And now, I know it's a little cold out, but you can shimmy these up and down wherever you need to put them. And then you're just gonna tighten that dial back up. Hand tight, and now it's going to stay on there and not shift back down on you guys. So what's really great is if you did want to spread them apart, maybe you want to throw some saddle pads on top of your saddles, you want to stack 2 saddles on top of each other, you have barrel saddles or cutting saddles with taller horns, you need to space them out, you've got English saddles, you want to slide them closer together and throw some more on there. Just very, again, user friendly. I like that you can do whatever you need to with those. Over here on your door, we do have a sliding bus window located right behind your blanket bars. So really nice to have some ventilation right there at your blankets. That way if you do throw them on there when they're wet, that's just gonna help dry them out right there. These blanket bars do clip shut, so they are gonna stay clipped when you're driving down the road. They're not gonna swing open, but you can also unclip them and swing them out as well. So you guys can swing them out just like that right here next to your saddles. You can just grab everything and go right to your tie rings from right there. Swing it back shut and then clip it back shut. And then below your blanket bars, you do have your brush tray on each of these doors. It does have the carpet in the bottom, but this is removable. So if something were to spill in there, you guys can take this out, hose it off, let it dry out. You can just shake it out if it gets a little dirty and then stick it back in there, or you could take it out altogether. But nice to have something in the bottom there just to kind of protect whatever you throw in there. I always end up with just full of spray bottles, brushes, extra clips like this, extra D-rings, carabiners, rubber bands, all kinds of stuff in there. It's always nice to just store your small items up off the ground. We'll go ahead and step up in this front tack while we're here. Fully carpeted on the floor, which is great if you're going to use this as a dressing room. You need to change your clothes in here. It's a little bit more comfortable that way. Fully carpet all the way around. You have a carpet on your drop wall as well. And you also have a fold up step right here. So instead of having your boot box right here, save a little space, you can do a flip down step. A lot of trailers don't even have that. And so then you kind of got to just like shot put yourself up into the nose. With this, it makes it easier. You can step up there and get right into your nose that way. Fully carpet on that deck as well. When you do store stuff up here, I think that helps it stick a little bit better. It doesn't slide as much. Just keeps things a little nicer having that carpet as well. We've got sliding bus windows on each side. So you've got some ventilation up in your nose. If you wanted to throw a sleeping bag up there, throw a mattress up there, spend the night, you can do that. Or if you store stuff up there, sometimes it's nice to crack it open on a nice warm day and just air it out a little bit. And you also have a bright LED up at the front of your nose, which is so great if you are using this space as storage. I know I had to climb up in there the other day for our last snowstorm and kind of dig through my blankets and find the ones I wanted, my extra heavyweights, and it was nice having a light up there, so I can appreciate that. We also have a light up above each of your doors, so you're going to have light coming straight into this trailer, and then we also have a light on the outside as well. So lots of visibility throughout this tack room. You guys can see right here, which we'll check out once we get around to that side, is that we do have the same swing out right here. And then while we're in here, let's go back to our partition wall. Guys, it comes way back here. Tons of really good space. We have our carpet behind our bridle hooks. So we have a full wall carpet right here and a full row of bridle hooks. So I can always appreciate all of the hanging space in these trailers. I have a whole ton of stuff, just bridles, nosebands, halters, reins, extra head stalls, all of it. You guys can fill this up right here, and then you have the carpet behind, so that's going to protect your equipment and then keep that a lot quieter for your horses on the other side of this wall. So just picture that metal on metal banging around. Now you got carpet to kind of absorb that noise for them. Just rides a little bit quieter that way. You guys can see we have our hose right here hanging on our bridle hooks. This hose goes to your 28-gallon triangle water tank back here in the corner. It does fill up at the top. And also, I had a customer walking through trailers the other day, and she asked how you could air this out. That was important to her, was when she did drain it, she would want to kind of open it up and air it out. This cap comes all the way off, so you can open that, and you can also open your spigots down to the bottom to just kind of get some air moving through there. But up here is where you're going to want to stick that hose in to fill your water, and then you can attach this hose down here at the bottom one, or you can use your upper spigot right here to fill buckets that way if you prefer that. But two different options there to get water out of this tank. Nice to have water on board. You guys, you never know when you're going to get a flat tire, get stuck on the road, get stuck in traffic. You're up at a trailhead, they don't have a water spigot. You're at the fairgrounds and you got there late, so you're parked way in the back and you don't want to be carrying water buckets from the arena back to your trailer. Nice to have water right here. You guys can water your horses, you can rinse them off, you can rinse off some muddy tack, water your dogs as well. But always great to just have that on your trailer. Easier than carrying around those water jugs. Stepping out, again, this trailer is just standard width, so we have that full length running board to help us get in and out of that tack room. Working our way back to our stall area here on our hip side. Again, another light up above our tie rings. So we had several lights inside of your tack room. We got the light outside the tack room, and now we have a light over your tie rings as well. So really good that this is going to light up early in the morning or late at night for you guys and give you all the visibility inside and outside of your trailer. It's sliding bus windows on the hip side for this one. That's kind of your standard. These are going to slide open 50%, so that'll get you that ventilation, and they do have screens. Down below, 4 tie rings. You're going to have 4 tie rings on each side. So it's really nice that you can use your tack room from either side, and you can tie them all up on one side if you want, or you can split them up. You know, when I had a trailer with this kind of setup, it was really nice that I would have a side and my riding students would have their own side back when I did horse training. Now I could have my own side, my husband can have his own side. You guys can tie your horses on separate sides. Either way, however it works for you, you have 4 tie rings per side. Down below, we did upgrade this trailer to the aluminum wheels. Steel wheels are standard if you guys are looking at optioning out a Logan trailer. We did go with the black spoke aluminum wheels. I love the black. It's going to contrast really well with your white sheeted trailer. And then 2 6,000-pound axles underneath this trailer. So we'll go ahead and make our way around these rear doors here back to the stall space. We did do 2 50-50 rear doors, so good even split here. They both fold open all the way like this. And then this one is a step up. You guys can option them from the factory with a ramp, or you can add a ramp here after the fact as well. Now this trailer does have wood floor with rubber mats on top. So this one does not have their aluminum floor. These are wood planks. You guys can see though they are black because they do spray their wood floors with this same black vortex lining that you guys will see all the way around this Logan. What I really like about that is that it is going to protect that wood floor and help it last a little bit longer for you guys, rather than just having open wood planks here. They've coated them in this lining. It's just a really good protectant. So it will help if you do have some urine that sneaks through your seams here and gets down to that floor. Just helps protect it. Again, longevity in these trailers. And then you have your rubber mats over the top. Your last divider right here is a telescoping divider. So when you want to stretch it out so it fits in your divider here, all you do is just pull it out and it locks into place. But what's great is that right now, if you wanted to open this door would have to be open, or it would hit probably right about right there. So they went ahead and added this telescoping feature where you're going to pick up on this. It's got a little key ring right here, and slide that guy in. And now you guys can open that all the way with this door staying closed. And now you also can drive with it clipped open. It's got that double-sided snap right there. You clip it open up against the wall. You could give your horse a stall and a half this way. And all of these dividers will clip back up against each other. So as we go, they both have double-ended snaps and D-rings all the way already on these dividers. So you could clip all of these open and just travel with your trailer wide open like this. I actually did that. I borrowed one of these trailers from work, went and picked up a horse one day, and he was barely halter broke, didn't stand tied, wouldn't tie in a trailer to go home. I went ahead and clipped all these dividers open like this. They all stayed, everything was great, and he stood in here loose on his ride home. So you could haul horses loose in here, you could do mares and foals, you could open this up and drive a side-by-side in here, an ATV, a cricket, a golf cart. You guys can, I've also used my trailer to move homes, move furniture. It's always nice when you have these options that are already built into the trailer so you can use it how you need to. But we'll go ahead and start all the way up here at the front now that we've got these wide open. In our very front stall and in all of our stalls, we are going to have it already set up with D-rings here to install a corner feeder. Those are kind of standard size. You can get them from any ranch supply store. You can order them online. I know Weaver and Professional's Choice both make those, to where you're going to get you some more of those double-ended snaps or carabiners and just clip that in there, and you can have a corner feeder right in front of your horses. You also have one tie ring per stall, so you can also tie, if you get trailer ties, I always use some twine and then clip my trailer tie to the twine. So if something ever happens, my horses have that kind of quick release breakaway option. Once you do that, you'll have plenty of room on this tie ring to also tie up a hay bag or a hay net if you wanted to do that option instead of your corner feeder. And then you guys can see all of their windows do come with screens, which again we'll see once we get to those drop windows. But each horse is going to have a screen on their window there. Each stall will also have a two-way roof vent, so this does open both directions. You guys can push this open forward to be drawing some air in, and then you push some of those rear ones open backwards and it will be pushing that air out. So I usually do these two forward and those two back there backwards. Gets a really good airflow right through this trailer, right over their backs. So good to get some ventilation on these colder mornings when you don't want to open up this trailer all the way. We do have our vortex lining all the way around. So this is not a rubber kick mat. It's actually a double lined wall here, and then this black vortex lining, which is very similar to bed liner, though I do think it's quite a bit softer. And you can rub your hand up against there and it doesn't hurt. It's very, very nice to touch. So it's not crisp and sharp like that bed liner can be. So it will feel fine for your horses setting up against it, but does add a little bit of protectant right there, kind of similar to your kick mats. And then up above each of your horses, you guys have seen those bus windows on the inside, and then also an interior light. So you guys have that visibility over your tie rings out there. You'll have load lights over the rear, and then you have lights inside as well, which is nice if you are loading and unloading in the dark. You guys can turn on these lights and your horses can have some more confidence stepping up in this dark box when it's all lit up like that. All of your dividers are solid dividers and padded dividers. Gives your horses a little bit more comfortability driving down the road if they do kind of have to balance or lean on these dividers. And then solid up at their head. So if you do have horses that don't like to share feed, don't like to stand next to each other, they're not going to really be able to see each other, which will help them ride a little bit better. And then again, just to unfold this divider, you're just going to pull it straight out until that locks in place. And what they do actually behind these, let you guys look right inside of there, they do have some foam in there. It just helps to prevent so much of that rattling. When you have this metal on metal right there, it's really going to snug it up and keep it a lot quieter. It's not as loose, so it's not going to be bouncing back and forth and making a lot of loud noises for your horses. Keeps things a little bit quieter. And then again, we are 7 feet tall from floor to your roof bows right here. So interior height is going to be 7 feet on this guy. And then there's that load light I mentioned earlier. But we'll go ahead and step around to our head side now. So over here it's going to look very similar to the other side. We're looking at black spoke aluminum wheels, 6,000 pound axles, 4 tie rings on this side as well. Exterior light over your tie rings. But on this side we have drop down windows. So instead of your sliding bus windows, you do still have sliding bus windows. So if you wanted to use those for a little bit of ventilation, you can do that. Or you can drop them down. They're still going to have these jail bars, so they're not going to be able to get their head out. And they're going to have that screen, which we saw from the inside. So it does give them a little bit of protectant there from debris, rocks kicking up off the road and getting in their face there. Always nice to have that extra protection. You guys can drop these jail bars down as well by pulling down on this center bar. It's going to release those latches and you can drop these down. So now if you had those corner feeders in there, you could be filling those feeders. You could offer them some water this way. You could just check on them. Again, 6'9" wide. So you have your full length running board. You've got tie rings and you've got window framework. You guys can step up on here and check on them this way. Get them their water, get them their feed. You guys can untie them, which is what I have to do with one of my horses, is untie at the head window before I go open the divider so he doesn't back out before I'm ready. And then just to lock these away, again, pulling down on that bar, we'll get that back in there. And then for your drop down windows, just give those a good slam shut. And in order to drop these, it's kind of the same concept as those jail bars. You're just gonna pull straight down on this center bar right here, which is nice because you don't have to reach all the way up here to this latch. You just have to reach right here to that mechanism. And then again, white exterior sheeting on this one. They also come in charcoal, silver, and black. And then up here at our front tack, again, dual tack, so dual tack rim doors. You're gonna have the same setup on this side. Again, really great for versatility, using this trailer how you need to use it. Now you can have your tack over here, or you can step in and get to your saddle racks on the other side as well. Your 2 swing outs over here are also adjustable. These will slide up and down by twisting that dial. You're gonna have your bus window and your blanket bars right here. These also will do the same as the other side. They will swing out. So you guys can get to all of your tack right here, or you can swing it back shut for travel and then clip it back into place. And you do have another brush tray on this door. Again, with that same removable carpet that will come out. You guys can shake it out, spray it off, and put it back in there to clean it. What's really nice about these is that you guys can see when you do have your saddles out here, there's still plenty of room to fit through this doorway and climb it in and out with when you're coming back in here to get your bridles and such. Also, you can swing it back in, and right now I can access all of my saddles from right here. I can get in and out my trailer on both sides, no matter where my horses are. It's going to be super easy to grab either of these saddles here and get out either of these sides. So up here at the front, you guys can see I have my 7-pin plugged in to our battery box right now, just to kind of show off those interior lights and our marker lights, stuff like that. Show you guys what those look like lit up. This trailer does not have a battery on board, so currently you would need to be plugged in with your 7-pin to your truck in order to have lights. So that is something that can be done after the fact. If you're looking to just mount a battery on here, you guys can mount it in either an aluminum or a plastic box right up here, and that could be wired in to give your trailer that power. So if you wanted to turn your lights on when you have your trailer unhooked, that is something that could be done here. This one also has a manual crank jack on it right now. That is standard, though we can do, if you guys are doing that battery option, we could always look at upgrading and adding an electric jack as well. Since you'd already be having the battery on there, that's an option. Otherwise you'll have your manual crank right there. And then full-size matching spare tire, just mounted backwards right there. But that's where that's going to be. And then back here you guys can see all this black Vortex lining, which we've seen on our wood floor as well as in our stall space and a little bit in our tack room. This is really great up here on this drop wall because of how well it's going to protect this. You guys think your truck is right here, you're driving down dirt roads, you're kicking up rocks on here, kicking up gravel. Right now with Colorado and having all the snow and such, you're gonna have salt spray on your roads. So now you've got salt splashing up on here, any kind of road debris. This Vortex lining is really gonna protect your trailer and protect this important drop wall right here. Protects your jack leg as well, just to keep things safe and clean for you guys. Real easy to spray this off too. You're gonna have that all the way up underneath your nose and on the front of your coupler as well. So if you guys have any questions on this trailer, you want this spec sheet or you want to review this drawing together, you guys can reference this stock number. You can also type that in online or click the link in our video description. If you guys are walking the lot, you can scan this QR code as well. But our stock number on this trailer is 5N241697. Again, 2025 Logan Coach Bullseye 4-horse gooseneck with a dual tack. This one is still available. It just came in. It's actually going to get pictured for our website today. If you guys have any questions, my contact info is on your screen. Please call or text me. It's my cell phone, 303-918-6367. My email, Michaela.Hall@transwest.com. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next week. Have a great rest of your week.